Hello Teabag Nation, I'm your host Willie Mac, and Keem's quitting. Yes, it looks like my yearly news show finally put him out of business. It took too much of the market share. It's a cutthroat industry. Yes, the #1 T channel has bought out the #1 source of news. It was the only logical next step. I now own a YouTube empire. Today we got Osman breaking the law, harassing a fan. James Charles is canceled because of Squid Game. And finally a debate, Bunty King versus Tom Dark, two of the brightest young minds going at it. I'm sure it will be a very intellectual conversation. Our first story is Osman. He's a tech YouTuber with 2.5 million subscribers. He's actually really funny. I've watched him for years. Well, he got a mean comment on his YouTube video. Yes, he was called a loser and criticized for the shovel he used. But the comments that really got to him were about the legitimacy of his video, where he built an X-ray in his garage.
X-rays don't make visible light. This is a hoax, coming from an industrial X-ray technician. So I replied, is this a joke? I captured this X-ray on a DSLR camera. My guy, you are the joke. That's not what intensifier screens do, period.
Look how salt this guy is. Like, who cares? It's a handful of comments, man. He has like 98% likes on his video. So what if only 2% of them are rude? I understand getting frustrated by people telling you you're wrong when in reality they're the ones that don't know what they're talking about. But in the past, I just put their comments on screen and clarify the information. Osman, on the other hand, harasses the person. I don't know if there's another way to word it. He finds their LinkedIn.
LinkedIn results. I am a welder with some non-destructive testing experience and certification.
He then creates a fake job opening posing as a fake employer to try and fuck with the person.
I created a profile for a woman named Catherine and uploaded an AI-generated headshot from thispersondoesnotexist.com and sent Evan a job offer for a TV pilot production. He accepted the request almost immediately and we set up a phone call.
Don't you think this is a little far, man? I understand being annoyed by a comment. I had a guy named Shortthany Fantano that left literally over 1,000 comments on my Eugene Acuni series arguing with everyone about everything. When I relayed the message that I talked to Sloan, he sarcastically said, "We'll just have to take your word on that one too, I guess." What, you want me to give you his phone number? You want me to dox Sloan? At a certain point, you gotta realize that there's always going to be a guy like that. You can't argue with stupid. You just gotta let him go sometimes. I didn't pull up his LinkedIn, set up a fake job interview, get his phone number, call him, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but this somehow gets worse.
Bad news is that Evan figured out that it's me. The good news is he figured out it was me after signing all the agreements, so we have permission to use whatever we want. You're definitely not smart enough to research a contract before you sign it and send it back.
Dude, he's literally admitting to contract fraud. Contract fraud is an act that's intended to deceive or trick the other person into signing a contract that they may not otherwise agree to. Now, Osman probably isn't even going to court over this. Evan most likely doesn't have the time or the money to do anything about it, but it doesn't make it any more okay. Remember, this is over a YouTube comment. This is a huge invasion of privacy, in my opinion. Remember, Evan's comment isn't even that bad. Osman made a follow-up video titled "I'm Done," where he gets a bunch of other big YouTubers to say how mean comments are bad. He acts like he's gonna quit. I thought Tommy C put it eloquently.
Quit! Quit, bitch! Quit! Quit your fucking wonderful lifestyle! What kind of person does this? You self-centered prick! I bet you never got a comment like that before, because if you did, it was the first time you heard the fucking truth.
Oh my god, he killed him. William's complaints just feel so out of touch. Dude, you work a dream job, and this is the meanest stuff you get? You can tell he never worked in retail. At the end of William's video, he tries to justify his actions towards the commenter.
This makes me feel kind of like a jerk, but then I go and read the comment that Evan left, and I feel like it's totally validated. He calls me a fake and a loser. He says it's a hoax. You know what, Evan? I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. We're calling someone out for their crappy behavior. Why should I feel bad?
Yeah, I got a feeling this won't age well.
He calls me a fake and a loser.
You are a loser, you're a bitch, you're a pussy, whatever middle school insult bothers you the most, that's the word I want to use, because clearly you can't handle it. You get 98, 99% likes on your videos, and one mean comment is supposed to justify you invading a guy's privacy under false pretenses. And then when you get called out, you hide behind your big YouTube friends. The fact that his video has so many likes and all this support blows my mind because this is wrong. I don't know if I've ever said this, but William Osman, you have to take this video down and apologize. The guy who made this comment isn't another YouTuber. He's just a bystander. Can we have everybody raise their hand who's left a snarky comment on the internet before, and when looking back, they might have been in the wrong? If you don't have your hand up, you're lying to yourself. A mean comment does not justify all this. This is complete overkill. Also in the news, James Charles is canceled over Squid Game. Out of all the times this guy's been canceled, this is probably the funniest. He wore a Squid Game costume for Halloween and people are pissed. Here's my tip, guys. If you're going to cancel somebody, make sure what you're saying can't be debunked in 4 words or less. He really thought that dressing up as a poor person, risking their life to earn some money would be fun. Squid Game isn't real. It's also offensive to Korean people. What? Why? Because the show's Korean? Twitter threads like this are why we need to bring back bowling. I swear, some of you guys just need a swirly. Next in the news, Keem's retiring. Yes, as the officially unofficial new host of Drama Alert and someone who genuinely loves what this community brings to the internet, I can't not give my opinion on this. Roll it.
We used to have a commentary community where everybody was talking about the same thing, and that commentary community has disappeared, and they're all making long form like documentaries because the longer videos, the more watch time, the more they'll get promoted in the algorithm and blah, 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 blah. So you're left with the T channels, and the T channels have no credibility, caught lying and bullying and harassing YouTubers nonstop, but there's so many of them that they kind of control the narrative. It's just a mess.
When you look at today's commentary community, the larger channels at least, a lot of them are based around retrospectives, already resolved topics. Keem's right, there isn't really a community anymore, at least not in the same way there used to be. Commentary is now at the mercy of the news cycle, whereas before the news was whatever commentary wanted it to be. Leafy would talk about someone.
I fuck dogs. Get over it.
You are fucked up.
Keem would then invite them on Drama Alert where they would debate.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of like more of like a hamster person. I'm like not really into dogs. So
Oh, that's okay. I'll do anything for you.
So you will
hamsters.
You will put a hamster up you for Leafy.
I will. I will do that in a heartbeat. I will do it on video and I'll do it in front of him.
What the fuck, Kim?
You then have people making videos on that. It was a community based around laughing and showing you weird stuff on the internet. Now, did people take it too far? Absolutely. But if they did, people would call them out. There would be a conversation around that. Whether you hate commentary or not, you have to admit it starts a lot of dialogues that otherwise wouldn't have happened. I think where commentary hurt itself is when it started to delve into these more serious allegations. Keem touches on it well.
We have Drama Alert DM where you guys can tip us off on news, and we look through that, and it's like you're trying to Me Too every single YouTuber for something, right? And a lot of them are guilty, need to be called out. Don't get me wrong. But like, that's the only thing anyone cares about anymore. It's like, where is the fun? You know, there's not much fun left in the community from the perspective of drama.
Videos based on allegations get hella views, no doubt about it, but I think it's bad for the community in the long run. We don't want people to come home from work, watch our videos, and feel dirty and upset. They'll just end up leaving to watch stuff that'll make them laugh. It's not fun to make, it's not fun to watch, and you usually can't prove anything one way or the other. If there's even a chance you could be wrong about something this serious, is it worth making a video on? For me, no. We gotta bring commentary back to a place where people come home from work, laugh, maybe critically think a little, and get pushed through the community. And historically, Drama Alert has always been the center of that. My hopes for the new host of Drama Alert is that it's somebody who's not afraid to be in the shit and someone who can drive the news cycle. They have to be entertaining. Best of luck to whoever Keem picks. If it doesn't work, we'll be relying on Def Noodles, and I'm not ready for that timeline. And finally, we have Turkey Tom versus Bunty King. This all started when Tom called Bunty a cuck, and he brought receipts. Roll it.
I'm a cuck. I'm a fucking cuck, guys.
I mean, it seems conclusive.
I feel like we're already being set up here for a story about a simp.
Bunty responded on Twitter saying, "What the fuck is even going on? Same crew riffing on the same shit to impress some of the most low-value shitters in the YouTube game. I haven't posted in over a year and shit like this is still pulling 20k views." Tom responded by just laughing his ass off. I invited both of them on the new Drama Alert to debate. Tom was down. I told Bunty to come on and just have fun, be entertaining like he used to be, and he said, "I could barely do a push-up and didn't have regular income, but people listened to my political take because I would liberally use the N-word and F-slur. Used to be so based. What happened to Bunty King?" Now, I don't know if that tweet was directed at me. I wasn't added and he has me blocked, but nobody wants to hear you say the N-word or F-slur, dude. I just want you to come on and joke around. Why take this so seriously? I have Turkey Tom Dark on the line. Tom, what do you have to say about all this?
So after I saw that, Bunty called me out, I decided to look into the situation a little more and, re-review my data. Made sure that I got some of my peers to review my study, so it is officially peer-reviewed. And after, looking it all over again and making sure that I did the right math, making sure that the collection methods were correct, I have come to the conclusion that Bunty King is still a fucking cuck.
I agree. Well said, Tom. That'll be it for this episode of Drama Alert Nation. If you like the poop, stay for another scoop. Subscribe. Shout out to the Patreon homies. Drop Z, Broke Wings, Anonymity, Hellison, Nebulous Shooter, Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Your Taxi, Riveter, and the mega homies. Reynold Hughes, Marissa Lynn, IGP, Nesquick, Bold Boy Ajax, Yuri Kanapog, Cone, Jason Johnson, George's Lost, Zombie Fox, and Murray Joel Sanchez. These guys are the backbone of the channel. Allow me to make the kind of content I want to make. Also, follow me on Twitter. Trust me, it's just as stupid as my videos.
All my shit.